The match returns with the Barclays League champions and the FA Cup winners.
Here's a rundown of the teams, with Liverpool first, with Bruce Grobbelaar in goal, 2 Glenn Hussein, 3 David Burrows, 4 Steve Nicol, 5 Ronnie Whelan, 6 Gary Gillespie, 7 Peter Beardsley, 8 Ray Houghton. Both Beardsley and Houghton were left out of the winning side at Wimbledon last week. 9 Ian Rush, who's never scored against Manchester United. 10 John Barnes, who certainly has. 11 Steve McMahon. The Liverpool formation, familiar to us all, of course, but still mighty difficult for opponents. Beardsley, Barnes and Rush, a formidable strike force looking to keep Liverpool's 100% record a reality. Manchester United with Les Seeley in goal, 2 Dennis Irwin, a summer signing from Oldham, 3 Clayton Blackmore, 4 is Steve Bruce, 5 Mike Phelan, 6 Gary Pallister, 7 Neil Webb, 8 Paul Ince, 9 Brian McClare, 10 Mark Hughes restored to the side, 11 20-year-old Mark Robbins, who kept Hughes out last week. Big decision to play Robbins and Hughes together up front. Presumably McClare drops to midfield with Webb, Ince and Phelan. So away we go. Liverpool in the all-red strip. Attacking the goal to our left. Manchester United in their new change strip. A speckled blue shirt with blue shorts. Liverpool with this 100% record. Manchester United, for their parts, have also made a good start. As Alec Ferguson said, we've made a decent start. They've made the perfect one. Pete Ferguson's record against Liverpool not to be sniffed at. Played 8 since he became manager of Manchester United, and they've lost only 2 and have won 3. Hughes, Irwin, Webb, towards Robbins. Hussein policing him there and getting the ball back to Bruce Grobbelaar.
We've got to talk about defensive systems these days, Brian, and shooters and stuff like, but as Graham Taylor's pointed out regularly over the last few weeks, it's about having defenders in certain parts of the field and allowing other defenders to go forward. And Clayton Blackmore is a good example of that at the minute. He's up there in the attacking third most of the time because that's where the game's taken him.
Here's Webb, though, for United. Here's another defender coming forward. Irwin. Crossed in, and a good cross in there. A flick on. And it was Robbins there with the header. And Grobbelaar had to be alert.
Well, that's a great example of what this young kid's all about. I mean, this is a half chance because he must see it very late, and he's not only getting a touch to it, he's trying to direct it with a bit of power, but fortunately for Liverpool, Bruce was right in the way of it.
Now Beardsley. Whelan. Way off the mark there. He scored a stunning goal last week at Wimbledon. Pallister. Bruce, who starts a 3-match league suspension after this game, but of course is eligible for United's first appearance in Europe next Wednesday. First appearance for some time. Against the Hungarian side, Pekshi Munkash. Just a reminder to you that that's a game also that you can see live on ITV at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. European Cup Winners' Cup, Manchester United. McClare. Oh, just wide. Grobbelaar straining to get to that one. 9 minutes of the game gone if you've just joined us. 0-0 in the big game at Anfield. Liverpool against Manchester United. Rush. Beardsley. Whelan's gone on a sortie away on the right-hand side. Beardsley with a little twinkle toes. Stopped at the last by Bruce.
Just a little reminder there to Manchester that there's a few good players knocking around against them, and there's a lot of teams come here and taken the game to Liverpool over the years because they feel that they've got nothing to lose. And they've just got to be careful that they don't throw too many bodies forward, because you've got the likes of Peter Beardsley, who's pushing for the regular players here at the minute, and that's it all adds up to a good game for us.
A flick on by John Barnes, a goal kick. Barnes to McMahon. John Barnes again. Lovely ball played there towards McMahon, played in there. Beardsley! Strike, and Beardsley all smiles is the man who does it. Great run here by Barnes, and a lovely ball played in. McMahon was onto it. It was almost in danger of being an own goal there by Steve Bruce. That's the killer ball, and then McMahon adding to it. Bruce in trouble. Seeley could only half stop it, and Beardsley finished it off, and Liverpool are ahead by 1-0. Robbins. Phelan, a deep one. McClare's in there with a header, but that's easy for Grobbelaar. Peter Beardsley scores in his third successive home game. And again, the manipulation of the squad by Kenny Dalglish works to perfection. And what is good about the Liverpool players, they don't seem to be too troubled when they do get left out. They realise that the squad system has to work if you're going to win a championship.
I wouldn't let that kid you, Brian. That's still a bit upset underneath.
Leclerc. Towards Webb.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Off the crossbar. What an escape there for Liverpool. And silence the top for a moment as Webb stole in. And it was so close to the equalising goal.
Midfield players coming through like that has got to be a feature of this game. There's so many quality players around the midfield areas, and Neil Webb was very unlucky there. He was unmarked, but he sneaked in quietly.
Well, it's a glorious day here on Merseyside with a glorious prospect in this game, and certainly there's been no shortage of wonderful action in the first 10 minutes. Barnes getting away again from Phelan. Gets between two of them. Barnes hitting it powerfully at Seeley. It's Beardsley. Little touch. Here comes Whelan. Given to Webb. Cross there towards Mark Hughes with a header. Striking back well, Manchester United.
Yeah, some two good passing teams here. Look at this. Neil Webb had time on the ball there, and he picked his man off, and a good powerful header, but there again Bruce is on the right spot.
Pallister versus Roche.
It's got to flow end to end because there's so much mobility on both sides here.
McMahon to Barnes. Webb hitting it again. Grobbelaar chasing it, and Nicol. Once a little bit of confusion there, which you don't often see. Grobbelaar came a long way. Nicol wasn't sure. Decided the ball in the pot would be the safest bet.
Well, Bruce went on a little walkabout there, didn't he? It was a good cross insofar as it was bending away from the goalkeeper. A bit too high to be effective, but I think Bruce was on his way to Zimbabwe to try and get his passport out of there.
Their first corner of the game, up goes Pallister. Oh, suddenly it was a free header for Robbins, and it dropped unexpectedly for him. I think he'd maybe expected Pallister just to get a flick on just ahead of him.
Now this is the sort of chance you put your money on the young lad to pop in, because he is unmarked, as you say, Brian. He's in the 6-yard box, and I don't think he could believe his luck. So Manchester United play against Luton for, I think, 50 minutes with 10 men and won 1-0, and Neil Webb controlled the game, Brian.
The shot was wide.
I'm tempted to say John Barnes is playing a bit like he does for England. I'll resist that.
Well, he certainly responded to the crowd on Wednesday night and had a terrific game for England.
Yes.
Liverpool already having beaten Sheffield United, Forest, Villa and Wimbledon. Barnes. deep cross there. I don't think Houghton will get to it. Might just retrieve it though. Under pressure from Leclerc. Gets it to Nicol. Short one to Beardsley. Stumbled at the crucial moment. And Bruce was able to get it away, but only hits Whelan with it. Out. Whelan. Rush. Barnes. Rush. Well, you just wonder, Laurie, seasoned pro that Ian Rush is, whether he just has this record on his mind and one that he wants to shake off, never having scored against.
It's lovely 1-2 here.
Manchester United played really well. Lovely ball by Barnes.
Yeah, lovely flick.
And then a very uncharacteristic finish by Ian Rush. Phelan. Irwin. Robbins. Ince. Robbins. Phelan. Bruce. Grobbelaar losing it. Webb with time to tee it up, and a little toe poke that had Grobbelaar grabbing it again.
He did very well there, Neil Webb, because he'd lost his footing. You see the little lad sharp turn, he checked there. Good cross from Phelan, one of the unsung heroes, I think, of Manchester United's team. He's not as glamorous as some of the rest, possibly.
Whelan now for Liverpool. Houghton. McMahon. Barnes. Delightful ball again by Barnes. McMahon in for Beardsley. That makes it 2. Barnes and McMahon heavily involved again. And Beardsley where he had to be when it really mattered. McMahon's run once again. And Beardsley side-footing it past Seeley. That's 2 for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's about timing, this one, because I would have swore blame from a very high position. If Peter Beardsley would have been offside, but the timing of the run was perfect. And Neil Webb, of all people, played him onside.
Hughes and Leclerc getting each other's way. Ince almost lining up a shot, but Whelan was there to stop him. Blackmore playing it in. Gillespie away. Webb now for Manchester United. And Robbins, Hussein. Webb again, clipped off Whelan's head, up towards Hughes, trying to get McClare in. Robbins with the shot, it's wide. At a moment when Manchester United desperately need something to go their way to get them back into this match. Referee having another word with Mark Hughes. Temperatures rising out there a bit, but maybe Hughes needs a bit of attention. Some blood on the side there, yes, some blood on his mouth. Just flicks off Whelan's head. Hughes just plays it back. It just wouldn't fall for Leclerc. And Robbins plays it over, and it looks as though it might have been a little clash with Steve McMahon there that caused the injury.
I'm sure that was accidental, Brian. Steve McMahon was looking down at the ball, and probably Mark Hughes, I think, ran into his arm rather than the other way, unfortunately.
Alistair. In the end, it was Rush who hustled him into the error. And here's Beardsley. Looking for a hat-trick, but not there.
For a little fella, he did not frighten defenders. There was plenty of Manchester United players there, but they were all backing off, and somebody should have closed them down, because you can't have too many defenders backing into the penalty area. Not with the way he's striking at the moment.
Burrows, Barnes. Almost casually gets that away, although he was under pressure, to McMahon. Here goes Beardsley. Pallister's with him. Houghton. John Barnes. Houghton to McMahon. Delightful ball now for Houghton, but the whistle pulls him back.
Well, again, it's Houghton's turn to get forward this time, and they're such an attractive team when they're going forward like this. But I saw it all last week at Wimbledon for half an hour. They were a dream team, and then after the break, Wimbledon put them under tremendous pressure. Different sort of style of play, but Liverpool had to defend for 45 minutes. So it's a fascinating game, isn't it?
Yes, you're right, Larry. About 20 minutes there before half-time. You couldn't have wished to have seen better football anywhere. And they're starting to turn it on again now. Rush to Barnes. Back goes Phelan. In goes Beardsley, but Ince got the better of him. But here's Houghton. Great stuff by Liverpool here. It might come for Barnes. It is number 3.
Fortune favours the brave, because the first shot by Stevie Nicol could have gone anywhere, quite honestly. This is sheer persistence. Had a little look up, flung his big boot, and up gets John Barnes, proving that he can do everything, John. Good header, planted right in the corner. Well, how can a team be 3 down after contributing so much in such an attractive first half?
The Cop are absolutely beside themselves with joy now. 3 up against Manchester United. 2 to Beardsley, 1 to Barnes. And you wonder where it's going to stop. Just listen to how the Cop are enjoying it now. But he's still not satisfied. It's a free kick to Liverpool. It's in for Peter Beardsley.
I think it has to be said the marking's not too good at the minute from Manchester United. Peter Beardsley received that ball totally unmarked. Only 10 yards outside the penalty area. I think that they must tighten up in the second half back there.
Still Webb, a long shot. There goes the half-time whistle. And it can't have come soon enough for Manchester United. Peter Beardsley put them on the rack with those 2 goals, and then the header by John Barnes capped it all off. And Manchester United find themselves, although they've contributed so much to a brilliant first half, 3 goals down. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0 is the half-time story. Welcome back to Anfield as we get the second half underway. Manchester United with a substitute on, Mal Donachie, a central defender, on in place of Gary Pallister. There's Mal, 33 years old last Thursday. Just time to greet a couple of players who would normally expect to be playing here. Alan Hansen, recovering from a knee operation. Gather he's watching from home. Be a few weeks yet before Alan is back in the reckoning here. And Brian Robson, of course, stood out of the Manchester United side. It'll be quite a few weeks yet before Brian is fit and raring to go. But we send greetings to both of them as Hughes puts it in, and a good header, and it might go. Clare was in there, Robbins was in there, a great header by Webb, and United so close to pulling a vital goal back there. Beardsley winning the challenge against Irwin. Rush. Wheeler. McMahon, Rush, and Barnes. Flag up.
That's how your look goes, Brian. A similar scramble in the first half meant the ball coming to Peter Beardsley to pop it in. It all went against Manchester United there, but it was a good spirited fight back, and it'll give them heart. A brave header. Bruce did very well, didn't he, to keep that out, but it bounced to a red shirt instead of a blue one.
And Nicol under no great threat, and Grobbelaar seeking an explanation for that conceding of a corner. And it gives the poor beleaguered Manchester United fans behind that goal something to shout about and something maybe to look forward to. A very deep one there towards Hughes, takes it nicely on his chest. Beautiful play there by Hughes, knocked away by Hussein. Ince playing it wide for Irwin, and again Hussein is there. Rush away on his own. He looks hard enough, there's always support, and that time it was Beardsley and now Burrows. Good cross there towards Rush.
Wonderful stuff, isn't it? And I think if we could have gone back far enough, I think Ian Rush possibly got away with a little bit of control with his arm when he turned on the centre circle there. But it all finished up with a good cross from Burrows and a powerful header. He must think he's never going to score against Manchester.
Coming up to 10 minutes of the second half gone. Beardsley. Oh, Ince and Donaghy getting in each other's way, in a way epitomising the way United are in defence at the moment. Oh, finds McMahon. Here comes Barnes. Hit first time, a fumble by Seeley.
Excellent through ball again, and John Barnes spotted Seeley up his line, and I think here a good ball there, but not under pressure by a defender, and I think he tried to lob that over Seeley's head.
Everybody except Grobbelaar now encamped in the United half. Burrows to Barnes. Played beautifully there by Barnes for David Burrows. But the cross comes off Steve Bruce. Liverpool's corner. It's with Beardsley again. Now Barnes. Taking on Phelan. There's the cross. Rush with a header.
I must wonder when it's going to happen, but he's still going in there. Sign of a good striker. Still gets in there to miss him, but he's not really missing the target, so he's bound to hope that he connects properly with one. A little bit edgy, that one, wasn't it?
Beardsley. Canny little ball there for McMahon. Good strong running by him. Rush coming back. Houghton, delightful play again by Liverpool. Superb passing movement this. Barnes. Now will they finish it off to Houghton? Well, everything was right there. Perfectly so, except the finish. What a move, Norrie.
Well, this is what the old coaching manuals called third man running. It starts off with a nice ball to somebody who comes up, lays it back, and while that's happening, there's another man, in this case John Barnes, is on the move, and he got the perfect pass. It's just a pity from the purest point of view that it wasn't finished with a better shot. Good check there, good quality.
Blackmore. Hughes to Ince. Long-range shots. McMahon to Barnes. It's gone past Irwin. Beardsley and Rush are both waiting. And in the end, it's Houghton. Off the line by Steve Bruce. Well, an infinitely more difficult chance there by Ray Houghton than he had a moment ago, and he almost made that one count. Again, terrific work by John Barnes. A lovely, delicate floating cross. It was a little too far for the men in the middle, but not for Houghton. And Bruce, in fact, kicked it off the line. Oh, Taylor gets the for Robbins. There you see Alex Ferguson's words. He comes alive in the box, and suddenly there was a little jolt back to all the Liverpool defence there as Robbins turned on that one. Couldn't have been more than a foot wide. Hughes. Stopped by Rush.
Not unusual there, but it was a sloppy pass from Stevie McMahon, only about 30 yards from his own goal, a square pass which was intercepted, and as you rightly say, Mark Robbins comes late when that ball's anywhere in the penalty area.
Whelan, good ball to McMahon, played to Hutt. There's Rush in a bit of space, now facing Donaghy. Then tried to get Beardsley or Barnes in. It comes to Barnes again. Burrows has made a run for him, and here's David Burrows. Oh, my goodness. Burrows has never scored a league goal for Liverpool, but he'll hardly come closer than that.
I think he means this as well. I mean, often defenders are accused of just hitting it and hoping. I think he really went for that corner. I mean, I think if the score had been 0-0, we might have had a few harsh words delivered to him from the likes of Messrs Beardsley and Rush, who were queuing up for a little crossing.
Webb to McClure. And Robbins. Still with Robbins. Knocked away there by Nicol and then calmly put behind for the corner by Gillespie.
It's not going to be United's day, Brian, is it?
Terrific run again by Mark Robbins. From another angle, just look at his work here. Barnes. Delightful ball played there by McMahon, spotting Whelan coming up. Beardsley's gone off on a little run. It comes now for Houghton to keep the move going. A little chip by him towards Rush. Well, can't score it.
He must be very, very disappointed. That's one of the first he hasn't had on the target. The goalkeeper didn't have to save that, but a good example of midfield players again. Two of them up there. That was Ray Houghton. Whelan was already in the box, and Stevie McMahon said, "On you go, lads. I'll hold the fort for you," and that's how they share it out. Good players all in all.
I think a substitution's being made. Ince is going off, and Beardsmore's coming off. With about 10 minutes of the game remaining. Whelan doing well there. McMahon slipping it forward to Beardsley. Tried to get Rush going again. Free kick very quickly taken there, but Beardsley's onside. United racing towards the linesman. They thought Beardsley was offside, but the flag stayed down. Beardsley went on, and he's got a hat-trick.
Well, I must say my initial feeling was that Peter Beardsley would be offside.
It looked it to me too.
Of course, we have got the new rule this year where if you're just even level and we can't see from that angle, you're still onside. And he makes it look easy. we assume he's going to score there. That's never in question. It's whether he's offside, but he still has to take it a very quickly taken free kick. And you see his Ray Houghton delivered it even before Peter Beardsley got it. Ray Houghton looked across at the linesman, you know. He felt that it might have been offside. We can't tell from where we are. He's not bothered. He's got free. What about that Kenny Dalglish, he says. Who we play next week? Will I be on the bus?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt he will be on the bus for the shortest journey that Liverpool have to make. Half a mile across Stanley Park to Goodison Park. Liverpool 4, Manchester United 0. Peter Beardsley with 3. Now Beardsley. A little backfield there for Barnes.
All the party tricks are coming up now. And Quarry and Rush is nowhere to be seen. It's amazing, isn't it?
Lays it in for Robbins, then for Webb.
No.
Okay.
Not going to go into there, Brian. And Liverpool will keep going, you know, because there's a lot of pride in professionals to keep a blank sheet. 4-0 is a magnificent score in the First Division against anyone, but especially against great rivals like Manchester United.
Donaghy away. Hussein's been steady as a rock at the back for Liverpool this afternoon. And Liverpool indeed have had to do their share of defending. Nicol is there.
And big boots, Brian.
There. Robbins. Nicol. It's not the first time Liverpool have given the ball away this afternoon. Beardsley gets it back, finds Barnes. They're off again. Burrows has made the break. But look at little Russell Bearsmore getting back there to hold him up. The final whistle. A glorious afternoon for Liverpool. Thanks to a hat-trick from Peter Beardsley. And a goal from John Barnes. Handshakes all round from Kenny Dalglish. Liverpool keep their 100% record, a clean sheet, 5 played, 5 victories. Everton next in the firing line next weekend. Manchester United, for all their spirit, mown down in that extraordinary first half when Liverpool got 3. And Liverpool now go 4 points clear at the top of the First Division of the Barclays League. Peter Beardsley nominated by Laurie McMenemy as the man of the match. This is Anfield, and Manchester United know all about it. Just hoping to get a word with Peter Beardsley, the man of the match, in a moment. There he is. Let's hear from Peter Beardsley.
Well done, Peter. 5 goals in 3 home matches. Actually, you must be wondering whether you're going to play in an away match this season.
Oh, we'll find out next week. It's never easy at this place, obviously, to come in, but it's nice to get into there. I didn't know until 2 o'clock I was going to be playing, but a great atmosphere, and the lads played magnificent.
Because you only play in the home matches, do you feel your position's under threat here?
Oh, no danger. There's no danger. Everybody's under threat, so hopefully today will help.
Now, what about Liverpool? 5 matches, 5 wins. The rest of the First Division must be thinking, oh, crikey, not again.
Well, we hope so. You know, we're just doing our best every week, and at the moment, like you say, we've had 5 wins. Hopefully next week we'll be making it 6.
Well, one bit of good news for you. Laurie McMenemy, the assistant England manager, loves you. Bottle of champagne, man of the match. Well done.
That's very kind. Thanks very much.